welcome to our online community, and consider this your invitation. If you're within about 10 minutes of Central Park, you can join us for Wiffle Ball if you're not already here amongst the community. And here's a few thoughts on why we're wiffle balling today. Where do we place our value and our worth? How do we know we've done a good job or had a successful day, month, or year? You guys list makers? Anybody measure it by how exhausted they are at the end of it? How about by income? Any shame attached to rest or stillness or self-care? Feel guilty when you take a day off, or perhaps just think those concepts are unrealistic altogether? There's a roughly 4,000-year-old story about people who thought the same thing. They were people enslaved in Egypt. Every day was about making bricks so that the Egyptians could build their big, beautiful pyramids and temples. Every day was about productivity. How many bricks you could make was the totality of your worth. And if you couldn't make bricks, if you were disfigured, disabled, or elderly, well, then you were just a burden and worthy of death. We, the people, we don't see ourselves that way. We think we are free, and we are. I would argue even more than we know. In fact, I would challenge each of us to see ourselves in the gilded sandals of the Egyptians if we're going to compare ourselves to this ancient story. But as a person, as an individual human, as a unique child of the divine, you are given much the same message as those ancient people making bricks. We've subtly and not so subtly been told that our value is in what we produce. Maybe it's not bricks anymore. Now it's money or customers or ideas or checking off lists. But damn it, produce something or you are worthless. You are only a burden. And those people, those burdensome people, they aren't even worth consistent food and shelter. See, we perpetuate the lie of our productivity-based worth, both in how we treat our non-productive people, our homeless, our elderly, our otherwise disabled, and the way that we conduct our own lives. Our self-speak has been trained to chant at us, make a list, get it done, fill your time, complete, compete, work hard, those bootstraps won't pull themselves. And in the light of all that, any other voice that beckons to us to take care of ourselves begins to sound like just another to-do. So wait, I have to accomplish and produce and do all these things and then somehow make even more time for a pedicure or a night with friends, a yoga class, or a nap. Ain't nobody got time for that. We are constricted, we are paralyzed, we are frozen into schedules and expectations without an ounce of wiggle room, and it's killing us. Or maybe you can't bring yourself to attach all our society's stress-related heart and mental health problems and the deaths they cause with this productivity-based system. Maybe that seems like too much, and you're sure there is some delicate balance you just haven't mastered yet. Another seductive lie that makes us both feel powerful, we have the answer and we can control it, and keeps us trapped, because it's so clearly my fault that I can't feel both rested, healthy, and whole, and produce at the rate the world expects me to. At a minimum, it's making us sick. Heart sick, head sick, body sick, all of it. But the system is rigged, and my bills gotta get paid, and there's no other way, no other option, so just stop making me feel guilty for not being able to do it all already. But what if there is another way? I think the biggest lie the machine tells us is that there's not another choice, that each of us is just a cog in the wheel and that we gotta make those bricks, bricks, bricks. I go to Al-Anon meetings once a week, and friends, it's changing my life. One of the things they teach there is, it begins with me. I can't tell you what to do. I can't change you. I'm not foolish enough to believe that these little sermons are setting the world on fire. YouTube keeps me super humble about that. What I can do is begin with me. I can practice what I preach. I can blow on the embers already in each of you that tells you you are loved unconditionally, and it has nothing to do with how many bricks or how much money or anything else that you produce. My dad used to say to me, there's nothing you can do to make me love you any more or any less. And so it is with our divine parentage as well. Hear me. Hear me, Katie Steinberg. Hear me, friends at this park. Hear me, online people. Hear me, world. Your worth is not based in your productivity. I'll preach it till I learn it. I'll preach it till the world changes. And I'll keep making this subversive space to live into resisting. In this space, we will thumb our nose at the world's call to be productive, to accomplish things. And instead, we will play. We will laugh. We will feed our minds, our hearts, our souls, our relationships, all the untangible, immeasurable, and I argue most important things. Today we will play, in spite of a world that tells us that is worthless. We will commit treason against the machine and resist its lull to a zombie-like state of busyness. We will be alive and play and love and laugh. You thought you came for Wiffle Ball. No, friends, you came to resist the grind. You came to remind yourself who you are. You came for the subversive act of play. Game on. Amen.